America is for the driven. It's deemed a land of opportunity, and I feel like we always hear stories of foreign students coming to America to pursue their dreams, other students coming to America and literally contributing to the cure of cancer. Other stories of students who are forced by their parents to become lawyers or doctors, but nevertheless, they find success in this country. I am none of those people. Hello, I'm Victoria. I'm a junior in high school right now, and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. To answer the question in the title, when I was younger, I wanted to be a cheerleader first, and then I wanted to be a lawyer, namely because it was the Asian thing to do. And then during COVID, when everyone had way too much time on their hands, I decided I wanted to be a psychologist. And now I'm leaning back towards law, business, something like that. But the truth is, I really don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Also, I'd like to apologize for the fact that I'm literally holding the microphone up because I don't think it'll actually catch my voice if I put it down like this. So I'm holding it despite the fact that there is an actual stand on here. But ignoring that, let's continue. So I've always been a studious person. I've gotten straight A's. I would say that I'm good at studying. In terms of standardized test scores, like, I don't find those to be a problem. I don't need to study like 5 hours a day for the SAT or something. I would say I'm perhaps lacking a little bit in my social life, unfortunately, but I've always thought that I made up for that in terms of the good work, the hard work that I put in to school, to all the other classes that I take, and some of the extracurriculars that I've taken upon myself. Something that I've been doing a lot is I like to help younger kids. I tutor two students in English and writing, and I also help supervise a book club for fifth graders at my local community center. And it feels like I'm procrastinating my interests while aiding these people. Put quite honestly, it feels like I'm simply doing busy work. I'm doing work that I know how to do, which is helping younger people because I naturally have more knowledge than them. I'm helping them while neglecting to actually advance in my own life. I feel like other people are literally going places to pursue their dreams. Like, I know my friends, they do orchestra and band, and they travel. They actually travel, like, nationwide, even internationally. And I think it's insane because I've never gone on a single trip in high school. And the fact that they're able to go out and do things they love while I don't even know what I like to do. I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. And instead, I spend all my time hanging out with kids who are younger than me. Sometimes it feels kind of pathetic in a way. Everyone is making plans for their future, and meanwhile, I don't know what my future is going to be. But I have thought about it a lot recently, and I've realized that I don't really think there's a single career that would make me genuinely super happy. Every single career obviously comes with aspects that you don't like, and I think very few people have a passion that allows them to work for what they want, like to do what they want their whole life and actually earn money for it. For me, I have things that I'm vaguely interested in, but I am not willing to commit my whole life to these things. I don't even want to think about it anymore because I feel like I've wasted so much time just, thinking about the things I could be doing, but things that I know I don't want to do for my whole life. Even though I know it's very, very normal to find that nothing in the world can really like stimulate your excitement forever. We always get used to the career that we're doing. And I think it's just very normal to, feel lost about your career. Now, why am I, as a literal 16-year-old, so concerned about my future career? The simple answer to that would be college. College applications. I think it's very obvious, especially in the place where I live, where we're more well off, and so college is like 99% of us are going to go to college. It's like the path after high school. It is the single path that we take. That is to say, that's an exaggeration. Obviously, not everyone does that, but at my school, that's how a lot of things go. And so naturally for college apps, you need to show passion. You need to be a spike student, not an all-rounder. You can't be a jack of all trades but a master of none. You can't do that, even though that's what I am. At least in terms of my grades, I've gotten, I'd say really pretty good grades in every single subject, but do I really know a lot about any of them? No. What I know how to do is memorize for tests and forget things afterwards. Nothing has genuinely interested me in school, but for the sake of college applications, they expect you to have a passion. They expect you to know exactly what you're going to do when you grow up, and they expect for all of your extracurriculars, all of the activities you do, to align with that one career that you've chosen. But I've been thinking about it, and genuinely, who actually wants to do a 9-to-5 office job for the people interested in business? Who actually wants to scan over law documents until 2 a.m. to defend a potential criminal? Who wants to cut a person's head open so they can take like a tiny tumor out of someone's brain? I don't know, maybe some people really do enjoy doing that, but for me, I certainly don't. And the issue is, I don't think a lot of people really have a passion for something. We're all just meeting our parents' expectations. I don't think most people want to do those things, but I think that some of the people who do end up doing those things do so because of their parents. And that's what I'm going to talk about next. It's parents' expectations, because we all know very well that sometimes students can lack the passion themselves, but their parents certainly have the drive. We all know that tiger parents are a very good solution if you don't know what you want to be when you grow up, because they have a plan. They have it all thought out for you. They'll say, oh, you can be a lawyer, oh, you can be a doctor, oh, you can be this, you can be that. They literally plan out your whole life for you. But as for me, the issue is my parents are not tiger parents. Yes, I am very much Asian, but my parents, I genuinely think they just want me to be happy, which is great, which is amazing. But nothing really makes me happy other than hanging out with them. There's nothing I want to do that will specifically make me happy. And I don't want to save the world. I don't want to cure cancer. Not to say that if I did cure cancer, I think that would be great, but there's no way I'm doing that. So, I don't want to be a world leader leading all of humanity to success. I just want to live a normal life. And the thing is, my parents are completely okay with that. They're fine with me going to my local public state university. They're completely fine with that. But I am also a person who likes to be better than others. to state it quite frankly, I want to go to a good university, even if it's just for bragging rights. I want that title. And it's tough getting that title when, the students who go to all those Ivy League schools, they have passion, and I don't. When I was a kid, I hated trying new things. I thought it was better to stay in the comfort of my own home. And when my parents didn't push either, I didn't do much as a kid. I'm still not doing a lot, and I'm a junior in high school. So, that basically sums up my situation. I don't have passion and I don't have tiger parents. Most students either have one or the other or both. For me, I have neither. And so when I'm thinking about what I would be happy doing as an adult, I can't think of anything. The things that I'm okay with doing, I guess, also wouldn't make a lot of money, and there's nothing I love to do in the first place. I feel like there might be some people who go through the same experience as me, and to these people, like, I feel you. And I'd like to share that I have thought about this a lot, which is why I'm talking about it now. And a solution I've come up with is I want to partake in activities that I'm comfortable with. It doesn't have to be something that I absolutely love, that I, have like this everlasting passion for. But it should be something that I'm content with, something that I'm alright with doing. A lot of colleges expect for you to have like some sort of passion project, something that shows the things that you're genuinely interested in. Obviously, like I've said before, I don't really feel I have a specific passion, but I can do things that I find interesting, and I can do things that like I'm willing to do, that I'm alright with doing now as an extracurricular, and when I grow up as even a career. To the audiences who are watching me who might be younger, I would suggest definitely just try new things. If you're a freshman in high school, like, don't think it's too late. Don't think you should have started in middle school or elementary school. It's 100% not too late. I've seen so many students who start something in ninth grade and then they do it all throughout their high school, and that's consistency. Colleges like to see that. I'm a junior now, and I'm very much subject to the college application, and I feel like I've missed my opportunity to try new things. So find some hobbies that you enjoy, and when you're in ninth grade or even 10th grade, look at some careers that you feel you could do when you grow up. Something that you're okay with, not something that you love unless you really do have that passion, but if you don't, find something that you're alright with and stick with that throughout high school. And I suggest you do this if you also care about what college you get into, financial stability in the future. Like I said, that I'm looking into law or business, or I'm also interested in economics as a major when I grow up, but I know that I don't have a burning passion for any of those subjects. Rather, all of those things are things that I know will make me financially stable, so I can support my family, and so I can live a life that I'm okay with. Really, my advice is start now. Think about all the hobbies that you want to try at least once. Like, reach back to your bucket list. Like, for me, it would be, I want to learn how to crochet. I want to learn how to play the guitar. I want to learn how to play one of those Chinese instruments, like, for example, like the guqin or erhu, or pipa, all of those. I want to learn. I want to get into photography. I want to learn how to dance. I want to learn how to compose. I want to learn how to cook. None of this has happened though. I haven't done any of that, and the issue is, when I was younger, when I was a freshman and when I was a sophomore, I wasn't willing to exert the effort into trying because I thought I didn't have time. But little do you know, as a freshman and sophomore, things are only going to get worse. So trust me when I say you do have time. You can make the time. Think about what you could be doing instead of watching a show or playing video games. And I understand that a lot of those things, like those are breaks. I personally, when I had free time, I would just go watch a show because, like I might as well, like I need that time to relax. But for colleges, they always ask, and ever since you were in kindergarten, people ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? And if you don't know, then you need to find an answer, because I don't think it's too acceptable for you to not have a plan for your future. You need to know what you want to do when you grow up. So definitely start now, and I will be taking that advice myself, actually. That, even though I'm a junior, I don't think that means it's too late. I can still start things. I think really it's just college applications put so much pressure on us. They expect us to know everything we want to do. But really, we should be trying things. We're still young. Like, if you're a high school, in any grade of high school, I think all of us, we still have our like whole lives in front of us. I did talk to my dad about this, and he said when he was my age, he didn't know what he wanted to be either. Like, I don't think anyone would have known. Like, how do you know what you want to commit the rest of your life to at age 16 when your brain isn't even fully developed? Most people, they don't really know what they want to do when they grow up, even though they think they have this idea in their head, because there are so many instances, for example, of college students changing majors. It's very, very common, and I think that's because, most people were forced to make up a passion for the sake of college applications, and they didn't really know what they wanted to do. So ultimately, I think maybe you'll find your true niche in society. Maybe you won't. Maybe you never will. I personally don't have high hopes that I ever will find my true niche in society, but find activities that you like and try new things. Lastly, I want to talk about the idea that it's okay to not love your job. Even after we graduate college and, we get our graduate degrees, if we do, and do all those things, I'm realizing that you don't need to love what you do. You can have a passion or a hobby even that you do outside of work, and I think that's fine. I think that's actually fun, because then you have this more structured life at work, which you regard as like purely a job, purely a method of earning money, and then when you get home, you're free to do whatever you'd like. For example, I'm thinking about this content creator named Cafe Maddie. I love her content. I think she's great, but I believe she is a dentist by day, and in her free time she does food content creation. I love that so much. I also wish that when I grow up, I could have a stable job, have a stable income, and pursue my hobbies in my own time. And even the most dedicated people, the people who love their jobs, I don't think they have a great day every single day. There's always going to be things that you complain about. Life has its ups and downs. Nothing is perfect. For me, I prefer a more structured kind of life. And so, as oppressing as it may seem, I actually think I would do fine with a 9-to-5 office job. It's hard, it's not perfect, but I think having that structure will help me. Having this idea that, I go every day to work for this long, I will do my hardest work, earn the money, and then when I come back, I'm able to have fun. Like, I don't think it's possible for us to be happy 100% of the time. And so that's why I'm willing to take this office job. I think life is meant to be rocky. I don't think we're meant to live perfect lives, and I don't want to live a perfect life where I'm happy 100% of the time. A life without struggles, like what is the meaning in that? Quite frankly, I feel like the office job that I'm maybe aiming for, I don't really know yet again, but the office job that I might be doing in the future, I think it'll help me by giving me something to like complain about. Quite frankly, I feel like life will be boring if you're okay, if you're happy with everything in it. And so I think if you're going to go into something like computer science, medicine, law, a lot of those like larger career fields that are associated with making a lot of money but also not necessarily being, your passion, I would say go for it. That's what I'm going to do, at least. Go for it even if you don't love it, because the financial stability that offers will benefit you in the future. And if you think you can live with a life like that, it's totally worth it. I also think if you're more of an arts or humanities person, if you really enjoy like art but you're worried about your financial stability, I honestly think you should go for something else. I think you should find a stable source of income and pursue art or the humanities, as like your hobby outside of your work, because that's very much possible. And if it's something that you're genuinely passionate about, then by all means, I think you will find the time to do it. And if you really do have a passion that you want to pursue as a career, I respect you so, so much. It's not something that I think I could do just because I'm so worried about financial stability, about going to a good college and living like a life where I have, security. But I respect you so, so much. And that's not to say that people who pursue their passions don't have stability or security. It's just to say the things that I like doing, like for example, I like doing arts and crafts for fun. I think it's fun to just have like a hands-on project, but things like that would not earn a lot of money. For most of us, we so often make our lives about passion, about the things that we love to do. And yet here we are paying thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to get into college. Those who go to private high schools to further their chances of getting into college pay double the price because that high school is literally almost the same cost as a college tuition. So we pay so much money to get in to this like elitist education system. And ultimately, that's what our society is like. People may view America as full of opportunists, full of innovators, dreamers, artists. We have so much creativity, and yes, we do, but at the same time, our society is very much built on materialism and wealth. We're all trying to get to the top of the pyramid. We all want money. As Milton Friedman once suggested, we work for money. We don't really care about the other things. And I honestly think that's not something we should try to change. I know that for me personally, like financial stability is extremely important. And so I will be choosing a career that brings me that stability, even if it's not something that I'm passionate about. So, what do you want to be when you grow up? Your answer could be your passion, or it could be something that your parents made you do. But I think that as long as you're satisfied, if you can live with what you choose to do for the rest of your life, you are all set. Ultimately, isn't what we all want just to be content with our lives? Okay, thank you so much for listening. If you actually listened all the way to the end, that was much more confusing than I thought it was in terms of like my thought process and stuff. I think I just kind of said whatever was on my mind. I did write out like a kind of general timeline of the things that I wanted to say, and I do have it on my computer like right there, which is why, I don't know, maybe when I look back at this you'll see my eyes like darting to the side, because I'm reading what I wanted to say, but I kind of didn't follow that timeline very much, so I apologize if this was not very organized. Yeah, honestly, thank you for listening. I am sitting on my bed, by the way. I thought it'd look like cozy and stuff, but it doesn't look very cozy. It just looks weird. But yeah, thanks for listening.